Welcome to the Good Girl Gone Boss VodCast.
VodCast at-home version.
I recently got my quarantine cut.
Yeah. Somebody told me they wanted it shorter.
And she did.
And I obliged. So now it's super short.
We're brought to you today by our premier sponsor, Schaefer Leadership Academy. Learn more at schaeferleadership.com and
At your service, cleaning and errands. Run by Jennifer Cooper Wilson. You can find them on Facebook. If you'd like to join the conversation from your own home, you can call or text
765-233-2640. Again, that's 765-233-2640. Our premier sponsor again today is Schaefer Leadership Academy. Learn more at schaeferleadership.com. Now, they did something pretty remarkable here recently.
They did. Between the staff at Schaefer Leadership and the board at Schaefer Leadership, they all decided we've all gotten like our stimulus checks or they're on their way or whatever.
Let's hope.
Let's hope, maybe. Fingers crossed. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. But they wanted to see what they could do to put that money, pool it, and help people who needed a little more than they did. So they got together. They collected, between all the board members and the staff members, they collected $8,000.
$8,000.
$8,000 that they are going to contribute. They're going to split it equally between the Community Foundation of Delaware County and Henry County. So they know that both of those organizations do great work in the communities that they work with. They'll be able to take that money, give it to the people who need it the most, and be good stewards of that and everything. So they just wanted to encourage anybody who gets extra stimulus or has some money to spare, who wants to help people, to maybe think about that same kind of thing. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be $8,000, but there are lots of nonprofits that are helping people who need extra help right now, who I'm sure would love to have extra income when it's not really coming in right now.
Find out more at schaeferleadership.com. How's everybody doing?
We're good. How are you?
Good.
Awesome.
All right. So basically, we're checking in with everybody, see how we're adjusting to working from home or working outside and then coming back home and all that good stuff. So just like, how are we coping with this new normal?
We're navigating something that no one's experienced or that our generation hasn't experienced. And that's the way I see it, is we're just navigating a new path and we'll figure out what the next normal is. Isn't that every day?
Yeah.
Normal for now.
All right, I want to start off with Amanda. Amanda, how's business?
Business is okay.
Not great.
Which is better than a lot of people. I just ran all our numbers yesterday, and March is usually our biggest month of the year because of one specific event, and that event was canceled. So we are down about 15% from last year. So not awful, but not where we expected to be. But yeah, I mean, things are going well. We're paying our bills. We're paying employees. Everyone's still employed. We have not needed assistance yet. So we are trying to hold off on that just because there's some stipulations about the timeline of when that would kick in. So we're trying to wait until we really need it or think we'll need it. But yeah, I mean, for now we're okay. I mean, we've always really been like take an order, make a delivery kind of business. So that part of it hasn't changed, which has worked out really well. Our clients are kind of already used to that from us. So that's been a huge help. But yeah, we've started these weekly menus where people can contact us to place their orders, and then sorry, we
Cat.
Welcome to being at home.
I saw him coming and I was like, oh no.
That was awesome.
But people are placing orders, and so that side of the business has really picked up. Our wholesale accounts are pretty much non-existent at this point. We do work with 2 hospitals, and so we've been able to keep them stocked. But yeah, I mean, it's all working out weirdly, so we're gonna don't fix it if it's not broken. So
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So just FYI, we record all 4 panes for the video cast. So
Pardon my multitasking.
Just keep that in mind. It's not just the person that's on the screen.
So we can see everybody.
I'm multitasking.
That's okay. I was like, what is she doing over there?
Well, Meredith, I want to ask you, what have you been doing? And you were just showing it off.
Well, primarily I've been working and trying to keep my kids safe and healthy because I work down in Indy. Awesome. I like it.
I've got mine too.
So I work down in, I love it. Yay. I'm glad you guys are staying safe. Yeah. So I work down at Methodist in Indy. And so we have been just 100% in the thick of it. I am an x-ray tech. And so that is one thing. I mean, we see every single patient that has potential virus, they're getting x-rays, they're getting chest x-rays. And, so we are just 100% immersed. Working and then trying to keep my kids safe. And in the meantime, I am sleeping or I am, I found a pattern that was super quick when all this kind of started becoming a reality. I sent it to my mom, who's an amazing seamstress, and she rolled with it. And we started making them, and I bought myself a new sewing machine, and we've just been kind of selling them for just the cost of materials so we can continue to make them. Donating, if we find I've had a couple healthcare workers that are in a little bit of financial strap times and they need one. We've heard that some of the nursing homes or other facilities are only offering one mask and telling them to have it for a whole week.
Whole week.
I know, a whole week. So if we find a healthcare worker or somebody that contacts me and says, hey, I need something, obviously donating as much as we can. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. Mom kind of replenishes my supply over the weekend and I'm the marketer. So I have been 100% trying to obey the travel ban and discourage people, because not only at the hospital are we seeing the sick people, we're seeing the people who are getting in the car accidents and the traumas and the broken bones and the, so that I try to limit travel as much as possible. So what I have done is when I've been out on my essential trips, I'll coordinate to either drop off or meet up with them or on my way to work or on my way home from work, stick them in a mailbox, drop the money. We use electronic, Venmo, PayPal. We'll figure it out later conversations. Or people have just donated supplies to us too. So drop them in mailboxes mainly. Yeah.
How about you, Carrie? What have you been up to?
I've been hanging out.
Now, you're working from home, though.
Yes, I'm working from home. Trying to get used to that. It's kind of hard to move forward with anything, though, just because I've been working on.
Tell people what you actually do and how it's all up in flux now.
I'm the regional director for TeenWorks, and my biggest project every year is our summer program, where I employ 60 high school students for 6 weeks at a time during the summer. And so I've been working on that since August. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what we're going to do now. Our board of directors and my boss, Nick, they've been great. We kind of have 4 plans that we're going to roll with based on what happens the coming weeks, months. But worst case scenario, we're going to do everything virtually. We're going to do a 6-week employment experience virtually for 60 students. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. They're going to have to, they're going to have to volunteer, whether that is pulling weeds from their neighbor and making a TikTok of it and doing mock interviews virtually with the Career Center. There's so many different moving pieces that they're going to have to do because we want to pay them. We don't want to cancel the summer because these kids depend on this $1,300 that they get, and their families depend on that $1,300. So we want to make sure that we're still able to pay them, but just navigating. We've pushed it back a week already, and we can push it back up to 3 weeks until we have to make it completely virtual. But just trying to navigate that and create 6 weeks worth of curriculum to give them something to do for that paycheck. So it's actually been really difficult, but we're making it work. We are making it work.
All right, back to you, Amanda. How have things changed at home then? So we talked about business a little bit. What about home life?
Things are, we're not home that much right now. So we have a commercial kitchen we work out of, and because we've been really busy. We're there a lot. And then we're doing contactless deliveries. So people are putting orders in, we fulfill them, we deliver them, we're taking online payment. So we're not in contact with clients at all, but we are
You're everywhere.
working a lot. Yeah, so home hasn't changed too much, other than the animals are alone longer, I guess, throughout the day. And we're eating more Thai food takeout than normal. But yeah, home hasn't changed too much. We've tried to collect an extra day a week where we just are home, and we kind of just try to do nothing and zone out and like
How many animals do you have at home? Remind us of that.
We have 3 dogs and 6 cats.
We have one dog who's like, why are you guys always around now? And then we have barn cats outside who just had kitties. So we have 3 kitties in the back room that Audia loves.
No, she's very.
So
You just got to touch them today.
I'll
Aww.
take one. I will take one.
I keep trying to convince Matt that one of the barn kitties needs to come inside and become a house kitty. He does not agree.
Nope, they're barn cats.
I know.
How about you, Meredith? How's home life? Other than sleeping.
Other than sleeping, home life is pretty good. Been trying to make some home improvements around the house. I've got my friend David that he has just been phenomenal to help me get some things kind of taken care of around here, because he's always worked from home. So he works from my kitchen table, and he gets some projects started for me. And when the kids are home, e-learning, of course, is always the constant. Can I have iPad time? Can I, just like fighting the battle of screen time versus entertainment, and just constant full throttle at home. You're full throttle at work, you're full throttle when you've got kids. And again, just trying to give them a healthy understanding of what's going on, maintaining social distancing in the home, but also understanding that we're a family. And that I do wear a mask a lot at home when they first come home to me. They stay with their dad while I'm at work on the weekends, and then they come home on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'll be picking them up Monday or tomorrow morning. And I do try to wear a mask just to protect them from anything that I might be bringing home. So just trying to get some home. I bought a new refrigerator because I couldn't keep enough. I had too much food. I can't, I'm trying to avoid the grocery store every other day. So I did. I decided it was time for me to upgrade. So I got a new refrigerator delivered the other day. The dog is just, why are you here? What are you doing?
I feel like I'm interrupting my dog's sleep. She's like,
I know.
Why are you interrupting me?
In my opinion, I'm getting him back for how many times he interrupted us.
True. And I feel like in my house, I'm doing laundry all the time. I don't know how these people are wearing more clothes.
You know what though? It's all the comfy clothes. It's all the sweatpants. It's all.
And the sweatshirts, the hoodies. Like hoodies take up a lot of room. That's all. And my 16-year-old, that's all he wears are hoodies and sweatpants.
And all the blankets and all the I started to purge out my son's. Just cleaning it. Whatever we can. Yeah, it's that time where I think people are really starting to clear out closets. I have yet to hit that motivation factor yet. We we started the garage, and that ended up being a much larger task than I think any of us intended. But it feels good to kind of actually have that time to do that. So it is nice. It's nice to have a little bit of a forced slowdown, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think everybody can kind of agree with that a little bit, just to kind of look back and appreciate, just exactly what it is we have.
Now, Carrie, you're pretty much in a new place. You've been in your house for how long now?
This is month 4.
Month 4, and you've had to stay there for the past 2 months. Right?
Yeah.
You're like a kind of a social butterfly. Like you're out and about a lot and everything. So
and having people over a lot. So how's that changed for you?
Well, I'm doing a lot of online shopping.
Guilty.
Because I mean, it's forcing me to work on my house. And I do, I kind of fluctuate. So like one week I'm with Meredith and I'm like, this is really nice because I haven't spent this much time in any of my homes since I was probably a preteen, I feel. There are weeks where, because I'm used to seeing at least one of my friends every day, whether they stop by my house, sit on my porch for a second, we go grab dinner, whatever it is. I'm used to seeing someone every day. So there's a lot of days where I'm just I notice that I'm being irritable or just, I don't know, in a funk, in a mood. And I think it's because I'm not getting that interaction that I'm so used to and I want. And that's what that is what I get my energy from. But I'm cooking a lot. I've never spent this much money on groceries in my entire life. So that's fun. I really like trying new recipes. I also got a boyfriend 1 second before all of this happened.
Yeah. Long distance now, right?
No, because we decided that it would be better if we just did it together.
Hey, you're getting that time together.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
funny.
something, you guys.
My sister is actually in the same situation, Carrie. She met a guy right before all this started, and so they are quarantining together, and their relationship has moved really fast because
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. I haven't had a boyfriend in 60 years. And now I have a boy living with me. So how's it going for her?
It's going well. They seem to, be pretty serious, and like I said, it seems to be moving quickly, but it makes sense because they're together all the time. So
I think it's kind of, you obviously don't want to be moving too quickly, but I think it seems like such a great time to actually, because how many times in today's day and age do you, especially you guys that are married, get that time to connect on a, real level of every single, emotionally, spiritually, everything. So I think that's great. I think that's awesome. And I do have something to add about the cooking. I heard somebody at the hospital yesterday say that forget the freshman 15, I'm gaining the COVID-19. How are you guys
What
doing?
have you guys been doing? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, we work together, we live together, but we usually have a little bit of separation, because
Going to Muncie and back. We drive separate.
We drive separate. We go to different networking events and stuff like that. So we have a little bit of separation when we're working, but now we're together a lot.
She set up at the kitchen table downstairs, and I'm upstairs in the office. So that's our separation right now. And then we have Audia, who has no boundaries.
Yeah, working with a six-year-old at home is rough.
I can't
and a 16-year-old who wants to stay up all night and play video games and do whatever. So there's that.
And it's not just play, silent. It's yelling at the TV.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And stomping. A lot of stomping.
I imagine. We climb all over each other at my house. And the other day, I told David, I told my children, I said, I just need 10 minutes. I think I even said 5. I was like, I'm going to go lay in the hammock. I just need 5 minutes. Nobody say anything. Nobody do anything. I just need 5 minutes in my own head.
Well, and we have a fairly decent sized house. It's a big farmhouse, right? And so there's lots of room for everyone to scatter in their own corners. But then I always find that Audia is on top of me. And
Yes.
sit next to me, but not
Yeah.
on top of me.
We were going to go spread out over at, my parents have the lake house that they bought for our family. And we were going to go spread out there. But when the reality of all this really got serious after that one just weekend a month ago, my dad was, I just was like, nope, we're not coming. Don't want to expose you. Don't want to risk it. But I'm like, I crave the space right now. Just to breathe a little bit. But no, it's nice to have a home to be able to be in.
And you bring up a good point of when people are starting to count the days, because we are on day 31. We started Friday the 13th in March. That's when the president came on and said, hey, we're going to restrict things. And so that's where we started. And we're on day 31.
I had to make numbers because when I cut them with my vinyl cutting machine, I was like, surely we're not going to go past 27. It'll be fine.
It's so funny because since I work weekends, I keep referring to, oh, that one really bad weekend, or oh, that weekend that we really started seeing everything, and oh, I had my first COVID positive, or it's kind of been interesting because the reality of everything came. I think it was that Friday the 13th when it was like, okay, this is becoming pretty significant here in Indiana. I don't remember when it was Delaware County had their first case, but it's just been, you're right. I didn't realize it'd been just it feels like longer than 31 days.
Yes.
For sure.
But I'm to the advantage where I still get to go to my job. So I think that's another difference. I get that socialization at work with coworkers and that camaraderie and that teamwork, and that, not that people don't, via social groups or, these types of meetings. But yeah, that's, I didn't realize that it only been 4 weeks.
It seems like so much longer.
It feels like it some days. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been working on stuff around the house and been clearing brush outside when it's nice and things like that. So our farm has not looked better in years. Like, it looks amazing.
Yes, I finally have time to go do stuff instead of work at the computer all the time. Even though I've been busy with websites, it's been amazing.
So we're all going to have a big bonfire at your place when all this is over, right?
Absolutely.
I'm burning as we go.
Awesome.
We can't keep up with Carrie. We can't have her over anymore.
I can't hang with Carrie, man.
Yes, you can.
I can. I just have to remind myself I'm not 25.
No tequila shots.
Yeah, none of those.
What's the one thing you're going to do when restrictions are lifted?
My mom. Go
ahead, Amanda.
I just want to hang out with friends. Like, I didn't realize how much we go see a friend here or there, or go to dinner or stop by their house or whatever, until we haven't been allowed to. So while we've been working and we've been out and about that way, I haven't seen friends. If we're not working, we're at home. So Kyle and I have spent a lot of time just on our phones, because we work together, we're home together. It's we've been handling it pretty well, but yeah. And I'm not a big
I don't have anything else to talk to you about.
Right. Yeah. We're just both okay. I mean, we spent the whole day together, and then with the one thing, when we have been doing deliveries, we've been trying to just send one of us, and so we get that time alone. That's been helpful, but I miss hugging friends.
I can't wait to hug my mom.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna say.
I know.
I just want to hug people.
I just want to hug my mom, and I want to sit belly up and have someone else bring me my drink or my meal, and have a conversation with my friends, and just be out. Yeah. But
I don't really want to hug anyone because I'm not a hugger. So this whole nobody hug each other, I'm down with that. That's fine. But I do miss I want to go to a restaurant where someone brings me food, and I sit at the table and I don't have to cook it or wash the dishes. That would be great.
What's one thing you want to do once we can get out of the house more?
Go to Grammy's. Well, and the Tooth Fairy brought you $5, but you can't spend it anywhere.
Will she teach me how to do her eye makeup?
Maybe we'll do a tutorial with your eyeshadow.
I like
Do
it.
a tutorial, please.
Well, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks, guys. I'm so happy I got to see you all.
Absolutely. This was great.
Faces.
All right, bye.
Bye.
We're also brought to you today by At Your Service Cleaning. Find them on Facebook.
They're there. They answer their messages super fast, super quick. They are working, although limited shifts right now, but they are working. And if you need your office cleaned, because you're thinking maybe eventually we'll go back to the office, and we want to have it all spick and span and disinfected and all the cooties gone by the time you go back in.
Because I want you to think about if and when we go back to work, it's going to be go time. You are not going to have time to clean.
Yeah, and you're not going to want to clean because guess what? You've been stuck at your house cleaning your house the whole time too. And she can also help you if you are still working, if you're a first responder or an essential worker and your job is working 12-hour days.
And they take all the precautions, everything.
Yep, they wear masks,
keep
they
it clean.
gloves, they keep it clean, they disinfect everything, so they get all the germs and cooties out of your house too. So check them out on Facebook, message them. Jennifer Cooper Wilson owns it. She's awesome, she's wonderful, and she would love to help you out.
Thank you so much for joining us for this VodCast.
Gone Boss at home.
We were brought to you today by Schaefer Leadership Academy. Learn more at schaeferleadership.com.
We're also brought to you by At Your Service Cleaning and Errands. Check them out on Facebook, At Your Service Cleaning and Errands. If you have a comment about the show or something you'd like to share with us, feel free to call or text us at
765-233-2640. Again, that's 765-233-2640.
If you call or text, we might just use it on the show. You can also join the conversation at our Facebook group. Just check us out, search Gone Boss.
And we're on Instagram at GoneBoss2K. Thank you so much for joining us for this VodCast. We'll see you next week.